Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video, no, I'm not going to read the press releases to you. You know, if you've been covering Proterra, you probably signed up for the email just like me. You get the notifications as soon as something new comes out from them. So if you haven't done that, if you're a shareholder of Proterra, I would say sign up for those notifications so that way you find out when they do release something, when they release it. So two people that I believe are watching this video. One, you're just really kind and you're supporting the channel. Give the video a big thumbs up. Proterra community, you own Proterra shares, and only when you see that ticker symbol, PTRA, that's the only time you ever click, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's why I clearly identify Proterra, and I didn't try and trick you last time by adding Alibaba in there. There just wasn't much to cover, but I wanted to tell you that I did expect this, and I want to keep you guys informed as to what I believe is going to happen. And you see, we have traditionally been catching this, covering it before it happens. The price, action, everything. If you ever have any questions about Proterra, I would encourage you to join the Discord in the description. Find the community tab, join it, and just talk, interact with us. I think it's important as an investor to join the community or join a community of investors. It's just going to help your game be a little bit stronger. And in the future, I might not cover this as often. Once we move past this low price and Proterra is taking care of itself, we've got to get past this year though. We still have some things that are coming up. The lockup period, number one. Some people think that everything's past us now. The lockup period is in December. That still has to come. So yes, warrants may be in the past, right? Warrants might be a thing of the past, and that may give some people a false sense of hope. I'm here to tell you that I believe we're going to have a strong Q3, and I don't think we're going to see the $9 range anymore, very shortly. I can't say, a shadow of a doubt that we're completely past it. I believe with these two press releases, you're going to instill some confidence in shareholders, but there's an analyst rating out there that is strictly tied to a $10 share price on this because of the lockup period. And Chamath, he was a pipe investor, right? He was an investor. He relinquished all of his shares in Tesla. And, that didn't hurt the share price of Tesla, right? It recently went past $1,000 per share. With Proterra, there could be an impact if pipe sells off after 180 days. Now, hopefully the price has gained some momentum. Around December 15th is when I expect that, hopefully we've made the adjustments necessary in your portfolio to where you've already cost averaged down, or you take profits at that $17 mark or wherever it is. We're going to have to look at the charts. I can't wait for this Q3. I am so freaking pumped, but I don't want you to think that everything is behind you yet. All right, for those of you that are looking at this video on your phone or on your computer, you have the Home tab, Videos tab, and Playlist tab. And on the Community tab, if you click on that and scroll down, here is your link to the Discord. Feel free to join that. Once you go into the Discord, there is a channel set up for Proterra community. So that's what you'll want to enter into. We'd love to have you in there. So this is the analyst rating that talks about the lockup period. I wanted to cover this. You can see here, it's got a $10 price target for Barclays, and this is the one that is talking about the lockup expiry that's still pending. I do want to discuss the 180 days that are that's pretty much standard for the lockup agreement. So just know that if you do the math, you'll probably want to take a look at this at the beginning of December. And, of course, I'll do an update as we get closer to that time. So this is where you see the analyst price targets on Yahoo for the analysts. If you want to look into any of these, all you do is just type in Bank of America, Citigroup, Barclays, or Morgan Stanley to see what analysts are saying about these. Now, as analysts update their price targets, and of course, Barclays will need to do that after we get past December. These can be things that you're also watching for this stock. Of course, always keep track of the Twitter feed on Proterra. I didn't see anything that was very concerning. And of course, sign up for those notifications. Now, let's take a look at the charts real quick. And the first thing that we'll take a look at is on Yahoo, we have that ability to look at this Bollinger Band, and you could see that it is starting to trend, about middle of the line. It broke through here, and this is the 30-minute chart. You could put this on the 1 hour, you could put this on the 5 minute, and you're going to see a different story just depending on which part of the time frame you decide to select. So I like to flip through here and look at the 5 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour just to see what the charts are saying. But I believe that this price action is going to trend upwards leading up to the Q3 earnings. I expect a good Q3 earnings, but you can see just based on whichever time frame you select, this is going to give you some idea of, are we 2 deviations above this trend line, or are we 2 deviations down? And you'll see this clouded area looks kind of expanded in this view here. So when in doubt, make sure on these charts you always zoom out, and you've got that option to zoom out in this view here. You can just scroll in or out just to see what kind of traction you have. And you can see this has been, in the 1 hour chart, it's been trending up since I talked about it last down here in my last video, and I was like, hey, then it got outside this zone. So let's take a look at the charts. They're a little bit easier to see here on TradingView, and I drew a resistance line. I think it's safe to say that we have to bust through $10.50 on the chart, and you can see we did get a little bit outside of the RSI on the 1 hour chart up here, and as soon as that happened, it started to retreat back down. As soon as we got close up here on the trend line, it hasn't stayed up there very long before it has pulled back down. So this is very predictable chart, and it's been a way for day traders to make money on this. So you've got people that aren't just holding this, but they're trading it. So they're buying in at this low point where I'm telling you investors to cost average down or start a position. They're trading it off. They're waiting for this to dip back down, gain some green candlestick support, close within those time windows. And if we move this to the 30-minute chart, you're going to see a similar story. It doesn't look too much different. It still goes up. The RSI exceeds this 70, this trend indicator. You can see it, the 1 hour chart, 30-minute chart, they pretty much are painting the same story. Now, if you go to the 5-minute chart, it's a slightly different. You've got multiple peaks on this RSI indicator multiple times throughout the day, and you could see that this is tradable and it's predictable. It goes down, finds support. You could draw in a trend line here, but just know that people aren't just holding this for the long term. Some people are in and out of this play multiple times, and it's going to say something pretty significant once we're able to get past this $10.50. So if you follow this line all the way back, if we zoom all the way back here, if you go 6 months back, you can see that this trend line, it hits this resistance here. It really hasn't went above 1050 in quite some time. So I'd say back here in July, when we got that Analyst rating and this whole initial decline happened, we just haven't been able to recover from that. I think the recovery is going to be this Q3 earnings, where we see this start to trend back up. Now, it hasn't dipped down as far as that $8.77 range. So let's take a look at what our highs, lows are, and the volume, and then we'll close this video down. That's all I got for you. So it's really important to watch our volume, and you want to know what your average trading volume is. It's 2 million for Proterra, and we're sitting at about 2.6, 2.3 in these last 2 days. So you can see we have picked up and gotten to an average trading volume, and this has been trading low since October 4th. Look at this. Volume is just now starting to pick back up, and as people start getting into this play, you're going to start seeing share price rise, I believe. So just make sure you take a look at Yahoo Finance and keep track of your average trading volume, because as people get into this play. And the last thing that I really wanted to say was 52-week range of $8.77, and where we're sitting right now, I mean, are we closer to $31 or $8.77? I think it's a no-brainer that we're still on the low end of this scale as far as where the price is sitting and where we have the potential to move. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about this. We've got a lot of upside potential here. We're still closer to the bottom than we are to the top. That's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.